with us from Bloomington, Indiana, Memorial Stadium. A top 8 showdown, both teams hoping to fight their way into the college football playoff. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Indiana Hoosiers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Here in Bloomington, fans are celebrating a national championship, but they understand this is a new season. The fans were insane last year. Memorial Stadium was the best it's ever been. Can they keep that home energy and that hype rocking and rolling here to get this season started? Kurt Signetti hopes so. He's rebuilding and reloading, and he knows the fans have his back. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. And the Hoosiers ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. So Miami's offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. They'll be matched up against one of the best secondaries in the country.
And this matchup is going to be so much fun to watch because this defense, they're really, really good. And they like to take away what you do best. And a lot of times that means focusing on your number 1 guy. Palmer, here's a problem. There's 2 in this offense. So I can't wait to watch how they handle both of these guys that can make big plays and what answers they try to come up with.
I think that's the big question, right? Because it's really hard as a defense to double 2 guys. And I think if you're on offense, you want to try and change the picture, change the formation and alignment, use motion, try and confuse this defense, or at least force them to communicate to get the matchups they want to get. I think there's opportunities in...
Breaks into the open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now on the counter. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Running inside, it's Brown. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Wide open downfield. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Throwing, Mensah. Punch it out of the air. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. 2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Got it. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great job on the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
9th play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a 3rd down. Mensah will not get close. Tackled at the 28-yard line. It's 4th down.
Well, on that 3rd down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after they catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up 4th.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Indiana Hoosiers offense will now get its first chance with the football. And this junior wide receiver is a focal point in their passing attack. And what a treat to see a couple of pass catchers like this, each taking their shot to make big plays.
Man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, Reese, after everything you just said. Do not blink.
There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman. Like, the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagons.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Henby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have 2 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella run a year ago. So up front, these guys have to continue to dominate. They'll reload the backfield through the portal, through recruiting.
There's a crease. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Makes the catch, it's Marsh. Knocked off his feet.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him, got him on the ground too quick.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. The senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Looking to throw for it. Right on the money. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up.
Makes a grab and room to run. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, Everybody knew this guy was going to get his touches coming into this game, considering he's one of the better receivers in the country. And to start it off, the offense was actually looking the other way. They were looking for other guys to make big plays, but finally they got the opportunity. They were able to find some space to get their best receiver the football, and guys, that's not going to be the last time. Defense has done a nice job taking it away from them up to this point. The question, though, can they keep it up?
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Just feeds the running back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 3rd and long. To the air. It's Hoover. Into the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Dead center perfect. And that's going to give us a tie ball game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
And for the majority of the offseason, we thought Mensah was going to be starting for Duke in the offseason saga that happened. Obviously, a lot went into it. But here's what you know about Miami quarterbacks in recent history. Cam Ward, the #1 pick. Carson Beck, a lot of experience coming in. Now Darren Mensah comes in. Miami finds the guy. They have to have that spot covered. And Palmer, they got a really good one.
They have been able to reload. And for anybody that didn't know Darian Mensah and where he started, just look back to his film just 2 years ago at Tulane when he's absolutely lighting up for the American, wins an ACC championship at Duke, and now filling in for Carson Beck and a team that just went to a national championship. But this is a guy with tons of talent, and they think there will be no drop-off at the QB spot. They've got their eyes set on taking one step further this time to win it all. I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on 3rd.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And the defensive line, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
And the Hurricanes will punt it away on 4th down. Here's the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
So now it's 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
They'll move the tight end. He'll try it again. He stopped a little bit short. They'll mark it at the 38. It's 4th down. The Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's Mensah to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
That's really good eye discipline by the safety. Great job not getting his eyes lost. It looks like pass immediately. He locks in on the running back. He sees the screen develop, fires upfield, pulls the trigger, and makes the tackle.
Looking to throw. That falls incomplete. They had the screen all set up, and he couldn't hang on to the ball.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
And the Canes will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. To throw, it's Hoover. Got it in the middle, it's Becker. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking for space, it's Richard. Continuing to churn and move him forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Hoosiers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll keep it on the ground. Here's a little room there. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches, I'm getting a first down. I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Trying play action. There's the pressure. Lets it fly. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down.
And on that play, great job by the receiver working his way through the traffic in the middle of the field. That's a crossing route. It's going to take him a couple seconds to get all the way to the other side of the field, but really nice awareness by him, making the catch, coming up with a big play.
To the air, it's Hoover. Snagged out of the air. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. The run inside. It's Richard. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. He had a head of steam working, but he'll be stopped just inches short of the score.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you've practiced all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
They come to the line of scrimmage full of guts, passing on the field goal attempt that would give them the touchdown, Indiana! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Yeah, and it's 4th and goal, and it's go time. I got to push people around. Look at the offensive line doing a really good job getting those guys moved back, creating a little hole for the running back, and he does the rest on 4th and goal and gets the touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They march 72 yards, and they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Catch in the middle. It's Lofton. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Running inside, it's Fletcher. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And here comes the offense on second down. Throwing, Mensah. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'll try to move the chains on this third and long from the 50. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
The Hurricanes decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Nice directional kick there, like a solid iron shot. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
That penalty is going to be a coaching point in position meetings this week. I mean, he is going to get an earful from the coaches on the sideline. Got it in the middle. It's Becker. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And the defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Gets the back moving. Pulls it in. It's Marsh. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And obviously huge shoes to fill if you're Indiana's offense this season, having to replace a Heisman Trophy winner in Fernando Mendoza, David. And it's not going to be easy. And obviously you go to the portal and you try to bring the next guy in. But honestly, when you look at Indiana's quarterback play, it goes even beyond Fernando Mendoza to Curtis Rourke the year before that. They have been so consistent at this position as of late.
Yeah, and I think with Indiana proving who they are now as a program, like if you come here as a quarterback, you're going to have success. You're going to take a leap, a Fernando Mendoza type leap, right? Like where he was a good player, he became a great player. So people are going to continue to line up to play in a smart, efficient offense where you're going to have a lot of success.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Makes the grab. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Gonna look downfield again. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And on third down, QBs just have to play a little bit faster. You're anticipating blitz. You know you're probably going to have to get rid of this football just a little bit sooner. I think the quarterback held on to it just a tad long, and that helped lead to the incompletion.
And the Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The give on the counter. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Gets it to the back. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, and made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off play action. Swings it out to the flat. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Richard. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. It's Hoover. He makes the grab. Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6. It's 3rd down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man down the middle. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Touchdown, Indiana! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
He does a really nice job getting the snap, getting the ball to his wide receiver in stride so he continued to run full speed and make all those yards after the catch and get all the way to the end zone.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
And the Canes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Mensah makes the grab. It's Vaughn. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Dropping back, it's Hoover. Rushes on him. Got rid of it just in time.
And that's pretty encouraging. Like, this defense needs a shot in the arm, right? Like, 2 possessions, they've given up 2 touchdowns. Like, now they try to be aggressive and go after the deep ball right away. Nice coverage. That's a good start to this drive. You know, 2 bad drives, we flush those, we forget about those. See if this defense can get back on track.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. Wants to return it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
They'll move the wide receiver. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Gets it out quickly. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They go to the counter, and he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's really worrisome if I'm the head coach, watching my run game suffer the way it has early in this game. And that's why you're down by a lot of points right now. The only way you're going to change the scoreboard is if you're able to find a way to start running it. So if you can't do it with your running backs, you got to think about QB runs, jet sweeps. You got to find ways to have balance and be able to get it done on the ground.
They'll run play action. Working that left side now. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep him covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they cell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And that's the money down, man. 4th down, you just have to have it somehow, some way. You're calling a pass play. You're trying to get it through the air. Nothing open downfield. And he just takes over. He just tucks the ball and runs, goes and gets it. Great job, great decision-making by the quarterback on that play.
Yeah, and just understanding where you're at on the field. Make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline. So I get credit for that catch. Nice job. Nice pitch. Nice catch.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. The Hoosiers take their first timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. We'll send the tight end in motion. With the run on 1st and goal. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line. Now timeout taken by Indiana. That's their 2nd. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Using his legs, it's Richard. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
He's taking the shot, and they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Defenses understand I got to take away my throwing lanes and then react to that running back. What does the QB do? Checks the ball down, thinks this running back can make the play in space. The defense says absolutely not. Breaks on the football, gets him down on the ground, forcing the 4th down.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Finds his man. It's Lofton. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Canes will go ahead and call that 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Here's Mensah to throw. Here's a heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Now from inside the red zone. Pulls it in. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Please don't tell me it's a basketball town when we've had a first half like that there in Bloomington. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
And the Hurricanes will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it all in that last play.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. The run inside. It's Richard. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That's the senior safety being evaluated by medical personnel. Holly will let us know what's going on with him. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Gonna run it. It's Richard. And they're able to get him down.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
That is the exact energy they talked about at halftime. Like coming out with right now for this defense. You're trailing, but it's a close game. It's a one-possession game. Come out and set the tone. That's exactly what they did, forcing the punt on the first drive.
Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Snagged in the middle. It's Lofton. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? Defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is hungry.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Pocket breaking down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Offense going to be challenged to protect on 3rd down after that last sack. He's looking downfield to throw. Looking for a big play. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Man, it's really nice as a defense to force 3rd and long, where you can bring in the nickel, Jesse, and you can play zone coverage with those zone eyes on the quarterback.
Yeah, as a quarterback, too, you got to know with that extra DB out there, your timing better be good and you better be accurate, because if you're not, they've got ball hawks in the back end, and that errant throw gets picked.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so, David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Brown again. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Throwing, Mensah. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Brown.
The pass on 1st down. Caught by the back. He's tackled at the 36. 2nd down.
The Canes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking to fire. He's got him. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
And the Canes are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Makes a man miss.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
An 8-yard pickup on the 1st down completion, now 2nd and 2. The pull and throw off the RPO. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes...
Makes the grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Hurricanes! Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. RPO complete to open the drive. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Running inside. It's Richard. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. To the ground to try to pick up the first. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Now, 4th down.
The Hoosiers will line up to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown. Oh, he's got some space. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. They'll send the back in motion. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. They got to him in a heartbeat. Man, was he back there quickly.
And you can see the linebackers up near the line of scrimmage. Which one's coming? He comes flying through with great speed. The offense had no clue how to get him blocked, and he gets the big sack.
The Hurricanes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. A give to Brown. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Got it in stride inside the 20. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Fletcher. They get to him as he throws. Touchdown, Canes! That one will give them the lead. The good news is they got a touchdown. The bad news is the quarterback had his molars rearranged.
Yeah, and if I'm a defensive guy, listen, hits on the quarterback are important. I know they got a touchdown, but those body blows throughout a game sometimes can add up.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. And he swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Jukes his way for more. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. There's some room. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
Well, a big key for this offense was getting the run game established, and this guy now over 120 rushing yards in this one. You got to give credit to the O-line. You obviously have to give credit to the running back as well, but they have answered the bell. They knew what they needed to do if they were going to be able to have success, and they're executing this game plan flawlessly.
With the draw, it's Richard. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Hoover. Quickly to the tight end. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. Training staff out there checking on this freshman linebacker. The line to gain here is the 43-yard line, and it's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Punt is on its way. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
He's got it on the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Motion from the wideout. Mensah. Got his man. Could not make his way to the corner.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. All that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
They booted away on fourth down. He's got it. Makes the tackle, really strong, disciplined job.